Hey y'all, what's up? On today's video, we're going to be doing a stiletto set. So it's going to be pretty simple. We're going to be ombreing two colors. So we're going to ombre Valentino Rosé and Bad Enough from Dynamic Nail Supply. This is the inspo she came with, by the way. Anytime my clients ever bring me an inspo set, I go to the original creator's profile and see if they linked any of the products down below. And she did. So she used Bad and Bougie from Valentino and Rosé. So if you guys know, I've been using Bad Enough from Dynamic Nail Supply because it's the Bad and Bougie dupe and it's so good. Like the consistency is great. So that's what we used instead of Bad and Bougie. Once I'm done prepping the natural nails, I'm going to go in with these stiletto tips. They are from Kiara Sky, and every product that I'm using in this video is going to be linked in the description box below. So you guys already know I like to dip my tips into the monomer just to get them to adhere a lot faster. If you're going to do this, make sure that the tips are dry before you put them on the natural nail, or else you're going to cause a chemical reaction. Once I'm done applying the tips, I'm going to cut them to my client's desired length, and then I'm going to start reshaping them into a stiletto. I know a lot of people might wonder why you use stiletto tips if you're still going to end up cutting them to whatever length your client wants, but honestly, these tips are so easy to file. They're like thin, so when it comes to filing them down, it's so much easier than like a regular square tip or even a coffin tip, at least the ones that I've tried. So if you haven't yet tried these Kiara Sky stiletto tips, I suggest you do. Once I'm done reshaping the nail tips, I'm going to start prepping the nail tips by blending it in with the natural nail. I don't go in very heavy-handed. I go in very lightly. Like I said, these tips are very thin, so you don't have to do too much. Now that that's done, I'm going to go in with my dehydrator, and I use acetone in a spray bottle. I also use the Mia Secret primer, and right after the primer, I go in with a thin layer of clear acrylic just to protect my primer and make sure that my retention is great. Now, like I mentioned, we are going to be doing an ombre, so I'm using Rosé as the first color, and I'm just going to apply that onto the tip. So the key for stilettos is to make sure that you're applying your acrylic very neatly. So what I like to do, you guys are going to see, is I like to pinch the end once I'm done applying the first acrylic, just to make sure that the shape is still there. Now I'm going to go in with Batting from Dynamic Nail Supply and just ombre the two together. I'm not going to lie, I was having a little bit of trouble blending the two colors in just because I couldn't tell when it was blended in or not. Since they are a little bit similar, it was a little hard, but I ended up getting it. So after I apply my cuticle bead, I'm going to go in with the clear acrylic just to make sure that I don't accidentally file the ombre away once I'm in the filing process. With this bead right here, it did dry a little bit too fast, so I wasn't able to get that perfect ombre like I would have liked to. At least that's what it looked like. So I decided to go in with the first color again and just ombre that up, if that makes any sense. Honestly, you couldn't even really tell. I was just being a perfectionist. You guys know me. I'd be looking into every little detail. But once I did that, I feel like it did make it look a lot better. And then again, I went in with the clear. So every step that I'm doing here, I'm going to repeat onto every nail. And I'll come back to you guys once we're back on our shaping. Now that the application is done, we're going to get into our shaping, and I am using my 60 by 60 hand files. They're going to be linked in the description box below if you guys are interested in purchasing. When it comes to shaping stilettos, you have to be very careful because any little wrong move and you'll mess the whole shape up. You're going to make it look crooked. You have to be just very attentive when it comes to stilettos. But I think the key to getting a really nice stiletto is to do the same thing that you did on one side to the other. So keeping that balance and making sure you're not focused on just one side of it, because that's when things go wrong. So always take a pause and look at your stiletto. Really take a look at it and make sure that you're on the right track before it's too late and you like mess the whole nail up. I'm also going to clean up underneath the stiletto, so you'll see me file underneath the nail and really make it flat, because sometimes when you look at them from the side they can look a little funky, as you guys can see there. So you want to make sure that you're getting it from every angle and making sure that it looks crispy from any way that you look at it. Now that I'm done shaping, I'm going to go in with my fine drill bit and just clean up around the cuticle and smooth out the entire nail. I also go around the sides of the nail, like around the sides of the natural nail, just to make sure that I get that rounded out look. This is another key to make sure your stilettos look crispy and nice. You want to make sure that everything just flows correctly. Sometimes with your hand file, it's hard to get that close to their skin and their natural nail. So with this drill bit, I feel like it helps out a lot in that sense, to where you can actually get close to it and know you're not going to hurt your client. Once I finished filing the nail, I did go in with some top coat. We didn't go in with any extra designs. So that pretty much wraps up today's video. Thank you guys for watching and tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.